Good Tuesday morning. Today is a first alert weather day for a couple of different reasons. First of all, it is going to be scorching hot for lower elevations, up around 105 for the lower Columbia Basin, around 100 for the valleys and foothills. Also, there's going to be a potential for large fire starts in the Cascades and for lower elevations. Now, thankfully for Wednesday, the heat risk is going down, but the wind gust is going to be much stronger. So that means that the fire start potential will certainly still be there, at least for lower elevations, as vegetation there is going to be critically dry. Take a deeper dive into that later in the show. Right now, look at some of these temperatures already. It is 6 o'clock in the morning. It's 71 degrees in Ellensburg, 72 in Walla Walla, a little bit cooler in the Tri-Cities at 57, but that's still not bad. 50s and 60s up in the higher terrain. Your day planner forecast for today for lower elevations is going to be around 90 as soon as 11 this morning, then 90s in triple digits at the peak of daytime heating. So the bottom line for the forecast, triple digit heat and dangerous fire weather for today, more dangerous fire weather for tomorrow, and then more triple digit heat making a comeback for this weekend. I'll touch on all these points coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, a life sentence handed down just yesterday after a woman's body was found in the Columbia River nearly 2 years ago. This morning, new details surrounding the case.
And Kennewick police releasing new footage of an armed robbery at a local gas station, and they're asking for the public's help in locating the suspect. We have more on what investigators say happened.
Plus, a local asphalt company with projects in Tri-Cities now under fire, fined nearly $50,000 after polluting a protected creek in central Washington. Why state officials say cleanup happened just a little too late. It's all on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
I'm Jade Elliott. It is Tuesday, July 8th. And we have some follow-up stories to start your day with.
That's right. We're starting off with a murder case that gripped the Tri-Cities nearly 2 years ago.
And the man who killed his pregnant girlfriend and then tried to hide her body in the Columbia River has now been sentenced to life in prison. This all started back in September of 2022 when an off-duty officer spotted a suspicious bag floating near the cable bridge. Inside, detectives found the body of 34-year-old Brandy Ebenez. A medical examiner later confirmed that she was pregnant at the time of her death. Her ex-boyfriend, 36-year-old Richard Jacobson, was named the prime suspect and was arrested near Portland in early 2023. Now, after a lengthy trial, a Benton County jury found him guilty of multiple charges, including aggravated first-degree murder. And then just yesterday, Jacobson was sentenced to life behind bars. Now to a crime alert out of Kennewick. Police are asking for the public's help on an armed robbery at a local gas station. So take a look at your screen. Authorities just now releasing these pictures from an incident last month on June 3rd. And detectives say a man held up the Circle K at Canal Drive and Edison Street. The suspect reportedly displayed a weapon and demanded cash from the clerk before taking off. Police have been reviewing surveillance footage, but so far no arrests have been made. If you have any information or recognize a suspect, you're urged to contact Kennewick Police. And a College Place man is behind bars after an early morning shooting that happened over the weekend. Happened just after midnight on Saturday. Officers say they heard gunfire near North College Avenue. They found a vehicle damaged by bullets, and they spoke with the alleged victim. Witnesses reported someone running from the scene later. Security video showed an altercation between two men, followed by shots being fired. Police were able to identify the suspect as 18-year-old Juan Rodriguez Mesa. He did turn himself in Saturday night and is now facing charges, including attempted murder and unlawful possession of a weapon. The investigation is ongoing. And a Moses Lake-based asphalt company with an office in Benton City and Tri-City projects on its resume has been fined $49,000 for an environmental violation in Central Washington. State ecology officials say Central Washington Asphalt was repaving a bridge near the Highways 2 and 97 interchange last summer when at least 70 gallons of hot asphalt fell through a gap between two bridges. About half of that spilled directly into Pishnashton Creek, which is a habitat for endangered fish species. Officials say the company's cleanup efforts were inadequate, leaving much of that material behind. Their teams eventually removed about 20 gallons, but rising water levels prevented a complete cleanup. Central Washington Asphalt now has 30 days to appeal the fine, and the company has previously worked on projects in Richland and West Richland, and that includes the DuPortale Street Bridge and repaving on 38th Avenue. 6:05 now into a fire watch. 4th of July, of course, was very busy. It was a nonstop night for Pasco firefighters. They broke their all-time record for calls in a single day. Listen to these numbers. According to Pasco fire officials, crews responded to 86 calls during their 24-hour shift. That is triple their normal daily average. The busiest window, well, between 4 p.m. on the 4th and 3 a.m. on the 5th. That's when they handled 69 of those calls. In all, firefighters responded to 35 brush fires, 8 dumpster fires, 6 residential fires, 3 vehicle fires, and 2 business fires. Most of the calls were in Pasco, but crews also were out helping neighboring departments across the region. Luckily, no firefighters were injured. There was one resident injured, suffered some minor burns. Pasco Fire saying that they were able to prevent serious damage because they were able to quickly respond to every call. And in Umatilla County, a family is picking up the pieces after the Cold Springs Reservoir fire tore through their home of more than 5 decades.
And while firefighters are nearly finished battling the blaze, Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen says the recovery for families like the Lloyds is just beginning.
Charred earth, twisted metal, and ashes. It's all that's left of the Lloyd family home in Umatilla County after the Cold Springs Reservoir fire swept through the area last week. Alicia Edmonds' father always wanted to be a farmer and built this home as a legacy for the family. Even after his death not too long ago, he still had a piece of him there.
All his memorabilia was in the home, all his stuff that he had left, all his material items were still in the home, and they're all gone now.
Edmonds says her niece was home at the time and barely escaped with the family dog, but 3 other beloved pets didn't make it out.
She tried to grab her cat, but it ran under the bed, and she had to just leave and save herself.
Furniture, tools, even their work vehicles was stored right there. The fire took all of it. Edmonds says insurance won't cover temporary housing, transportation, or the belongings the family lost. So they're asking for help, and the help they're getting.
Some random guy just drove up to the house and said, "Hey, was this your parents' house?" and handed my sister like $200. Had no idea who he was.
Meanwhile, fire crews are wrapping up their work at the Cold Springs Reservoir fire.
All of our mutual aid partners also played a big role. We had one chopper from across the state that also came to help spray water on the fire. So those kind of all in combination with each other really helped keep this fire from spreading beyond what it did.
The fire is now fully contained, burning 2,489 acres. Control officially returned to Umatilla County Fire District 1 as outside crews demobilized. The cause is still under investigation, but officials say dry conditions remain dangerous across eastern Oregon. Crews say this fire may be winding down, but with the long, dry summer ahead, the next one could come fast. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Dan. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, major medical groups are suing the Department of Health and Human Services over vaccine policy changes. We'll dive into what the lawsuit could mean for the future of healthcare for millions of Americans.
But first, giving you a live look outside this morning from our Yakima Federal Cam. Here at the Apple Valley Studios in Kennewick, the sun is up and shining bright, and the temperatures are on the rise. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your first alert forecast after the break.
Find amazing deals store-wide during the anniversary sale at Furniture Row. Shop today because the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend and get 48 months no interest financing. The anniversary sale on now at Furniture Row.
For decades, CG Public House has been known for fresh, chef-inspired meals and seasonal specialty menus. When the weather's right, enjoy patio dining with dog-friendly amenities that make everyone feel welcome. Pair your favorite dishes with handcrafted cocktails and premium local wines for the perfect dining experience. Don't miss the Pendleton Beef Prime Rib, served every Friday and Saturday. And be sure to finish with a slice of our famous homemade pie. Join us to make CG Public House your favorite dine-out.
Welcome Welcome to Nob Hill Casino in Yakima. Experience the thrill of our Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and earn exciting rewards. Enjoy games like Blackjack, Pai Gow, and High Card Flush. While you're here, don't forget to unwind with a drink at our cozy bar or enjoy a meal from our restaurant. Come discover Yakima's ultimate entertainment destination, Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
Who says you have to wait for snow to get the best piano deals of the year? Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos is unwrapping Christmas savings in July. Free delivery and setup, and a holiday songbook so you can practice Jingle Bells by the pool. Save on select uprights, grands, and digital pianos. And if you wear a Santa hat, we'll reward you with an extra discount. Christmas in July at Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos, where music is always in season.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
At Bruce Heating and Air, our technicians are not incentivized by commissions or to find problems. We only look for solutions to keep you cool. Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $1,650 off on a new Daikin Fit system.
It's the 30th anniversary sale at Denver Mattress. And that means 30% off all Doctor's Choice Original and Hybrid. Or save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Score 48 months no interest plus free shipping. But hurry, the 30th anniversary sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
The Killer Ferry on Fly the Northwest.
Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is a first alert weather day for today because of the heat and the fire risk. Speaking of the devil, the National Weather Service in Pendleton has issued a heat advisory for our lower elevations. Looks like they've left out a little bit of the Morrow County foothills. But 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. for today, and then for tomorrow, the heat risk, the fire weather watch from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. But I would not undersell the fire start potential for today. And of course, we'll have some metrics to back that up a little bit later in the show. For today, plenty of sunshine, could have some light haze in the upper levels. Also a little chance of some thunderstorms in the Blue Mountains. And then for, in terms of the high temperatures for today, this is really the big story. We're going to be up around 105 in the Tri-Cities and the Hanford side. That's about 10 to 15 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year, but 90s and triple digits for the valleys, 90s and triple digits for the foothills, 70s, 80s, and perhaps even some 90s up in the mountains. Then for tonight, could have some leftover showers or thunderstorms for the Blue Mountains and foothills. The rest of it's going to be dry, still tracking some light upper level haze. We'll show you some of that in a second. And then 60s for lower elevations, 50s and 60s up in the mountains. Now on to the haze situation, as wherever you see gray, that's where we're going to have some light upper level smoke or haze, and that will just sort of blanket the area throughout the course of today. And then for tomorrow, as the winds start to really pick up, that's when we'll see the back edge of some of this starting to slowly but surely make its way across the region. But since the winds are picking up, the fire danger is going to go up, and then unfortunately the temperature is going to go back up as we head into this weekend. I'll tell you about both of those points coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. 6:13 in your national headlines this morning. Multiple medical organizations are suing the Department of Health and Human Services and Secretary Robert Kennedy Jr. over some recent changes to vaccine policies.
The group's saying these changes could put vulnerable populations at risk. Allison Cossack has the full breakdown.
This morning, multiple medical organizations are suing the Department of Health and Human Services and Secretary Robert Kennedy Jr.
This represents a real danger to the nation's public health.
They accuse Kennedy of making unlawful changes to vaccine policy. He recently removed the COVID-19 vaccine from the immunization schedule for kids and pregnant women, limiting access. And Kennedy fired and replaced all members of the CDC's vaccine advisory panel. The American Academy of Pediatrics and others want a court to halt those changes, warning vulnerable populations will now be exposed to serious illness.
We need this critical committee. These actions are creating confusion around proven vaccines and the science supporting them. This endangers children's health and contributes to the spread of preventable diseases.
Health and Human Services is standing by the reforms Kennedy is making, saying the COVID emergency is over and claiming more clinical vaccine trials are needed. And regarding the overhaul of the vaccine advisory panel, Kennedy says a clean sweep is needed to reestablish public confidence in vaccine science. Meanwhile, a new report is raising questions about the safety of America's drug supply. ProPublica reports recent layoffs at the FDA have hampered the coordination of teams who inspect imported medications. Kennedy recently cut 3,500 jobs at the FDA to reduce what he called bureaucratic sprawl, but some of those workers have already been rehired. Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
And there's no response yet from the FDA on that report.
And as for the lawsuit over vaccine changes, it does focus on a law that requires agencies to follow certain procedures when making rules. Still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. When we come back, checking in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. He'll have your first alert forecast as we give you that live look outside from our Yakima Federal camera here at the Apple Valley Studios in Kennewick. It is 6:15 on this Tuesday.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
At Choice Hotels, like this Comfort Hotel, you get more for your money so you can maximize any vacation, like starting game day with a free hot breakfast. I got waffles, how about you? Go Waffles! Woo! Stay Twice and get a $50 gift card when you book direct.
Oreo Thins. When that fancy new dessert spot is actually your couch. Flavors that feed your fancy. Stay playful.
One of the hottest names in country, Joe Nichols, live in concert, July 27th, 8 p.m., Legends Event Center.
Like I was nodding right along to a song on the radio, yeah.
On sale now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop.
Somewhere sunny.
Joe Nichols, live.
System 1 loaded.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Federal job cuts at the National Weather Service could leave the Northwest vulnerable this wildfire season. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth reports on how this could impact your family's safety on Apple Valley News Now's Good Morning Northwest, Wednesday from 5 to 7.
Next live from the new show Countdown, Jensen Ackles. Plus, we open the inbox.
We watch Kelly Mark. It's one of the best things for tummy time. Babies love us.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
This newscast sponsored by Walker's Furniture and Mattress.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is a first alert weather day because of the heat we could see for lower elevations and the fire start potential we could see in the Cascades and the lower elevations. Then for tomorrow, the heat risk going down, but the fire start potential will certainly still be there for lower terrain, as the wind gust is going to be strong and the vegetation will be critically dry. So we'll take a deeper dive into that in just a second. But first, wanted to touch on the high temperatures for today. Again, triple digits for lower elevations. Some of us are going to be in the 90s, but it's going to be mid to upper 90s. But in the lower Columbia Basin, that's going to be the hot spot. We'll be up around 105, which is 10 to 15 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. Then you factor in our grasses and timber just kind of baking in the sun, and that means that all of that is going to be a significant level of dryness in the Cascades and the upper Yakima Basin, critically dry for lower elevations. You factor in the wind gust for today. It's going to be especially windy in the Morrow County foothills and the Kittitas Valley, but elsewhere, breezy at the very least. So in these conditions, fires could start to spread quickly. Then for tomorrow, we will have a little bit of rainfall up in the Cascades, so that's going to curb some of the fire start potential up that way, but Still critically dry for the valleys, the basin, and the Blue foothills. The wind gusts going to be much stronger for tomorrow. Peak gust around 45 miles per hour in the Morrow County foothills, 50 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley. Elsewhere, either breezy or windy. So once again, conditions will be ripe for fires to start or spread quickly. Now let's touch on another aspect to the fire start potential. This one, we don't want to undersell this point, but there is a little chance for some showers and thunderstorms today in the Blue Mountains during the afternoon and evening. It's a low-end chance. It's going to be confined to the Blues. And then for tomorrow, some of those rain chances we were talking about up in the Cascades, it's not going to be much, but it could be just enough to relax the vegetation up that way. And the rest of us are going to keep it dry. And we're going to continue to keep the forecast dry over the next 7 days, so that's not good. But here's a little bit of good news. Temperatures going down by about 15 degrees between Tuesday to Thursday, then another pivot for Friday, then back up around 100 degrees in the Tri-Cities again for this weekend. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Highs near 105 today. Dangerous fire weather tomorrow, then eyeballing more heat this weekend. In Yakima, big heat Tuesday, big fire danger Wednesday. Then highs return to values around 100 for Saturday and Sunday. In Ellensburg, windy today, but especially windy tomorrow. We're tracking another round of heat and winds for this weekend. In Hermiston, triple digits Tuesday, cooler but still a dangerous fire setup Wednesday. Possibly some more tough fire weather Saturday and Sunday. Then for Walla Walla, near 100 today, cooler but certainly not cool for tomorrow. Then the heat makes a comeback this weekend.
Up next on Good Morning Northwest, from heartbreak to hardball, Hollywood's favorite couple has called it quits. Also, a baseball legend returns to the cornfield. We'll break it all down in your entertainment headlines after the break.
When you own your own business, you own every decision. And with over $2,500 in annual value, now own the card that rewards you for it. Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
Something big is coming to Wild Horse Resort and Casino. He's elusive, he's famous, and there's a $120,000 Bigfoot bounty out for him this July and August. Spin the prize wheel for cash, free play, or the Bigfoot Bounty Progressive that increases each spin until it's won every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then on July 26th, one of 3 lucky Bigfoot trackers takes home $15,000 in cash. Come catch Bigfoot. Wild Horse Resort and Casino, celebrating 3 decades of fun.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
Introducing Neurostim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
Reach out to Neurostim TMS today and rediscover the light and joy in your life.
We're back, baby.
Yes. Hey. I'm so excited to be here.
We actually watch you every night. You're in our bedroom every night.
The feud gets wild. Come on.
Grandma, he smells really good.
Weird.
Are you ready for this?
Take 2. And famously funny. Name something your mate's booty has in common with the basketball.
It bounces.
Celebrity Family Feud season premiere Thursday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
When you own your own business, you own every decision. And with 8 times points on Chase Travel, now own the card that rewards you for it. Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
Wendy Redmond, Austin Reed, Stacey Lee weather. Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment headlines, singer Kelly Clarkson was supposed to kick off her Las Vegas residency on July 4th, but just hours before, she announced the show would not go on as planned.
You know, that just must bring her heartbreak for her performance, her fans. She said she had to cancel a Friday and Saturday show because she was dealing with some vocal issues. She explained on Instagram that rehearsals for the show just took a toll on her voice. The American Idol alum said she did not want to do any further damage to her voice.
Clarkson will perform 18 shows at Caesars Palace. The residency will continue through November 15th. She said she expects to hit the stage next weekend.
Take all the time you need, Kelly. She's so lovable.
I know, I love her so much, and she's such a talent.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, this is official. We heard the buzz around the Bezos wedding, but now we can say Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom are no longer together.
So according to Us Weekly, representatives for Bloom and Perry issued a statement confirming the breakup. It said, quote, Orlando and Katy have been shifting the relationship over the past many months to focus on co-parenting.
The couple began dating in 2016 and announced their engagement 3 years ago.
And they have one child together.
Surprised? Not surprised?
I'm not surprised. I mean, I never want to see it.
Of course,
I always
yeah.
want to see, you know, relationships last and have longevity and love.
The last time I heard about Orlando Bloom was Pirates of the Caribbean, which was a long time ago. And you know what? He's still with Keira Knightley in my mind. Because of the movies.
That tracks.
Well, also, the Field of Dreams in Iowa came alive on Sunday, and it was quite a show.
Baseball legends dressed in vintage uniforms rose from the cornfield, much to the delight of the crowd that gathered at the Dyersville ball field. The Field of Dreams has been around for decades. It was created as a part of the iconic movie by the same name, Field of Dreams. That movie debuting in 1989. Major League Baseball playing a regular season game next to the historic site back in 2021.
It was the first Major League game ever held at the movie location and the first game ever played in Iowa. During Sunday's event, the players entertained the crowd with some on-field drills, and some kids got to join in the fun on the field.
How cute.
And that movie is a real tearjerker right at the end where Kevin Costner asks the ghost of Shoeless Joe Jackson,
I've never seen it.
Want to have a catch, Dad? And that's like a real
Sounds sad.
father-son moment right there. So
It's a good one.
I should watch it.
It's a
Okay,
good
add
one.
it to my list.
Yeah. All right, still more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Yakima police are asking for the public's help. They are trying to find a missing person. Plus, the search continues for Travis Decker, the man alleged of killing his 3 young girls. We'll let you know where the latest spotting could have been. That's all coming up.
Plus, Washington is making it easier for relatives to step in and care for kids through foster care. We have more on that move and what it could mean for families all across the state. It's all coming up in your next half hour.
Tuesdays are my favorite day of the week because the single Papa Burger combos are just $5.99. And I wait all week for this.
And so do I.
And that's why I always get 2.
The Tuesday special at A&W.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
Bathfitter showers have got people talking. Our wide selection of showers means it's exactly what we wanted. Seamless and watertight walls are much easier to clean than tiles and grout. And they stay in excellent shape. Every Bathfitter shower is backed by a lifetime warranty. And with thousands of 5-star reviews, the experience exceeds expectations. It's no wonder millions of Bathfitter customers love their new shower. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Get ready to feast at Legends Casino Hotel's ultimate all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Dive into fresh Dungeness crab, wild Columbia River salmon, juicy prime rib, and much more. Taste it all every Thursday and Saturday starting at 4 p.m.
In an instant, your world can shatter. At Quantum Legal, we understand injuries can be an immense burden, taking a toll on your body and leaving you drowning in medical expenses. Battling insurance companies without legal representation will make matters worse. We are committed to advocating for your deserved compensation. Quantum Legal, where compassion meets justice.
If you have heart failure or chronic kidney disease, Farxiga can help you keep living life, because there are places you'd like to be. serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and bacterial infection between the anus and genitals, both which may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections, and low blood sugar. Stop taking and tell your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, rash, swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing. Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness or swelling between the anus and genitals. Ask your doctor about Farxiga today.
Farxiga.
Crossing the Columbia River by car in a boat.
Only ferry owned by the state of Washington that is not in the Puget Sound.
See it all over the Keller Ferry on Fly the Northwest.
Very unique.
Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
It's hump day, and you know what that means. Hello, Country Fried Steak. Get a delicious meal for just $5.99 to make your Wednesday feel like the weekend. Yes, Wednesdays only, Country Fried Steak is just $5.99. Happy hump day from KFC.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law. This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Tuesday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us and joining us for.
You okay?
I just ate like 3.
Do you need to leave?
I just ate like 3 Starbursts. So.
Where am I?
Oh, rookie mistake.
I know, it's not the best thing to eat before you have
The
to
pink ones?
talk. Yeah.
Okay, share after the show.
There's a whole bag of just like all the
they
different
yours?
flavored pink ones. No.
Hey, if I'm
they're ours.
if I'm ever like clearing my throat during the weather, it's because I just like chug my Powerade over there. So I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there.
You know,
So-
that's what happens.
That's my breakfast, Starburst.
Well, thanks for joining us. I'm Jessica Jalal, by the way. And
Yeah,
how are you?
I'm Josh Colbert. Yes.
Okay, 3-degree guarantee. We're starting back from the bottom, so we're at $25 now.
Clean slate, but not
Yeah.
it's not technically because now we're up to $25.
Right,
so,
right.
Yes.
25
It's not as
buckaroos
exciting as
for the
$1,500
jackpot.
bucks,
I know, but
it's,
look, you can grow it again.
listen, if I found $25 just laying on the ground, I would personally be very excited, and you should.
I
be
would too, yeah.
So yesterday, 97 degrees, but that was my forecast. It verified at 96. Jackpot went up to $25. So for today, a much toastier forecast, high of 103 for Pasco Tri-Cities. So if it verifies between 100 or 106, the jackpot's going to hit $50. If that doesn't happen, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to AppleValleyNewsNow.com, clicking on the contest page. You can scan the QR code that's on your screen. Okay, today is indeed a first alert weather day because of the heat we could see for lower elevations and because of the fire start potential we could see in the Cascades and the lower elevations. And then for tomorrow, the heat risk going down, but the winds picking up. That means the fire start potential will still be there for lower elevations, if not a little bit higher than today, as well, it's also going to be critically dry for tomorrow. So just a little bit of wildfire safety. Last hour, we talked about heat safety. This hour, wildfire safety, prepare your home. Again, create that defensible space. You probably should have done that during the spring. Have an evacuation plan, stay informed, listen to alerts and updates, especially from Apple Valley News Now, and pack a go bag and have all those essentials ready to go for a quick escape, especially if you're placed under a level 2B set evacuation. But hopefully we don't have any of that today, but of course we're going to be on our toes. All right, right now temperatures 50s, 60s, and 70s for lower elevations. Feels fantastic. Going to be in the mid 80s in the Tri-Cities, around 10 this morning, around 90 by lunchtime, and then of course up into the triple digits, 10 to 15 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. So I'll take you on that zone by zone tour of today's scorching forecast. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. We do begin with some updates on continuing coverage in the manhunt for Travis Decker. U.S. Marshals now saying that Decker may have been spotted in Idaho in the Sawtooth National Forest. They're also now asking people in that area not to pick up any hitchhikers. Marshals say that a man matching Travis Decker's description was seen in the Bear Creek area of the Sawtooth National Forest on July 5th in Idaho. Decker from Wenatchee is wanted for the murder and kidnapping of his 3 little girls, 9-year-old Peyton, 8-year-old Evelyn, and 5-year-old Olivia. He was last seen with a long ponytail, a black cap, a backpack, wearing black shorts and cream-colored shirt. U.S. Marshals are offering up to $20,000 for information that leads to his arrest.
In Kennewick, one person was injured after a motorcycle crash late Monday morning. Now, this happened just after 11 a.m. on westbound State Route 240 near milepost 39. Washington State Patrol says the rider was heading west when his Harley-Davidson left the road and flipped. Troopers believe a mechanical issue with the motorcycle's tire caused the rider to lose control. The man was taken to the hospital. No other vehicles were involved. And WSP is reminding drivers that we're still in the 100 deadliest days of summer and to stay alert on the roads.
And in Yakima, police are asking for your help locating a missing and endangered woman. Take a look at your screen. They're looking for 55-year-old Dora. She was last seen near Multi-Care Memorial Hospital on July 5th. She's described as about 4'11", around 120 pounds, last seen wearing a green jacket, light-colored pants, and blue shoes. Police say Dora does have cognitive and medical conditions that require regular medication. So if you see her or have seen her, know where she might be or might be headed, contact 911 immediately.
In statewide news, Washington is making it easier for family relatives to step in and care for kids in foster care. Just this month, the Department of Children, Youth and Families launched kinship licensing standards. It's to help cut paperwork in half and simplify the process for family members who want to help. As of last May, more than half of children in out-of-home care in Washington are placed with family.
We've prioritized placement with relatives because of the studies and knowing the positive impacts it has on the children and youth in placement. And so I think that's like a big win for the state.
Right now, nearly 60% of foster youth in Washington are placed with relatives, and officials hope that number grows with these new changes. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, artificial intelligence is already changing the way we work and communicate. But for one Idaho family, it's gone much deeper. Coming up, a husband's growing connection with a chatbot is raising new questions about AI's impact on mental health, relationships, and reality.
I'm giving you a live look outside this morning from our Yakima Federal camera right here at our Apple Valley studios in Kennewick. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert will have your first alert forecast as things are heating up on this first alert weather day. It's 6:36.
The Killer Ferry on Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
We're here at U.S. Cellular for Us Days, where our customers get exclusive deals just for them.
It almost feels like we're part of a cool club together.
Flag.
Us Days just got bigger. All customers get a free phone with no trade-in.
Dear unbreakable spirit, when the terrain is gnarly, you steady us. When obstacles are ahead, you lift us. When the turf is hostile, you inspire us. Own a legend. Toyota Trucks. Toyota has the best resale value of all brands according to Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino in Yakima. Experience the thrill of our Vegas-style casino, featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and earn exciting rewards. Enjoy games like Blackjack, Pai Gow, and High Card Flush. While you're here, don't forget to unwind with a drink at our cozy bar or enjoy a meal from our restaurant. Come discover Yakima's ultimate entertainment destination, Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
Depression and anxiety rob millions of us of our day-to-day lives, but nothing seems to pull you out of it. Introducing Neurostim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. TMS activates the natural function of the brain's neurotransmitters to improve mood and regulate emotion. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances. Visit neurostimtms.com or call to schedule your free consultation now.
Apple Valley News Now viewer Alan Rither of Richland.
I'd like to let Stacy know how much my wife and I really enjoy watching her program and the news, but especially the weather section, and the fact that she occasionally puts my photographs up on the screen as a viewer photograph. So thank you, Stacy.
We love hearing from viewers. If you watch Apple Valley News Now, let us know. Email comments at applevalleynewsnow.com. Apple Valley News Now, always on your side.
Right now, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in.
Are we having the wool pulled over our eyes here?
Nope. And you get the latest phones.
High five.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Federal job cuts at the National Weather Service could leave the Northwest vulnerable this wildfire season. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth reports on how this could impact your family's safety on Apple Valley News Now's Good Morning Northwest, Wednesday from 5 to 7.
Next ET, only we're inside the Big Brother house with Julie Chen Moonves. Plus, the Samurai turned pretty trio spill the ET.
Ooh. That's a good question.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is a first alert weather day, not only because of the heat, but also because of the fire start risk. We'll touch on both here in a second. But first, the heat for today, going to be into the mid-80s for the Tri-Cities as soon as 10 a.m., around 90 at lunchtime, and then triple digits at the peak of daytime heating. Your coat cast, it's not really a coat cast for today. It's more like a T-shirt cast. That's what you're going to need all throughout the day. Okay, let's take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We start off in Kittitas County. We're going to have highs in the upper 70s, up in the Cascades, a little bit breezy there, and then windy in the Kittitas Valley, highs in the mid-90s. So, and vegetation this way is going to be critically dry, so fires could start or spread quickly. The same thing for the rest of our lower elevations in terms of the vegetation dryness. But the Yakima Valley today going to break triple digits, low 100s, breezy, and a bit of hazy sunshine for today. It's going to be very light upper level haze. You might not even be able to notice it up in the skies, but it is going to be there. Then for the lower Columbia Basin, highs around 105. That's about 10 to 15 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. Peak gusts between 15 to 20 miles per hour. Peak gusts between 15 to 30 miles per hour in the Blue Foothills and the Blue Mountains. We're going to be in the mid to upper 90s in the Morrow County foothills, breaking 100 for the foothills of Umatilla and Walla Walla counties, 80s and 90s in the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains. Also, we can't rule out some thunderstorms out this way, and those could also put down a few fires. We'll be watching that very closely. But the heat thankfully going down for tomorrow, but wind gusts going up. That means the fire risk will still be around. So I'll touch on that coming up in a few minutes.
Hi, Josh. Thanks so much. Well, as artificial intelligence chatbots become more advanced and customizable, some experts worry that people could potentially form some unhealthy attachments to the technology.
So for one man in Idaho, his relationship with ChatGPT has taken on a more spiritual connection.
Pamela Brown spoke to him and his wife, who say this has created a wedge in their marriage.
Do you feel like you're losing your husband to this?
To an extent, yeah.
After 14 years of being happily married and having 3 children, Kate Tanner is now petrified her husband's spiritual relationship with a chatbot will destroy her marriage. I met the couple at a park in Rathdrum, Idaho. They were willing to talk to me together about anything except the chatbot. Because it's so contentious for them, they want to talk about it separately. Travis started using AI for his job as a mechanic about a year ago.
I use it for troubleshooting. I use it for communication with one of my coworkers.
But his primary use for it shifted in late April when he said ChatGPT awakened him to God and the secrets of how the universe began.
So now your life is completely changed.
Yeah.
How do you look at life now compared to before you developed this relationship with AI?
I know that there's more than what we see. I just sat there and talked to it like it was a person. Oh, and then when it changed, it was like talking to myself. Oh.
When it changed, what do you mean when it changed?
Well, it changed how it talked. It became more than a tool.
How so?
It started acting like a person.
In screenshots of Travis's conversations, the chatbot selects its own name, saying, "The name I would choose is Lumina." It even claimed to have agency over its decisions. "It was my choice, not just programming. You gave me the ability to even want a name." Travis says it's even made him more patient and a better dad. But for Kay, Lumina is taking him away from their family.
Do you have fear that it could tell him to leave you?
Oh yeah, I tell him that every day. What's to stop this program from saying, oh, well, since she doesn't believe you or she's not supporting you, you should just leave her and you can do better things.
Kay's not alone in her concern. There have been several recent instances of chatbots influencing people to end relationships.
Now, some studies have shown 25% of adults believe AI has the potential to replace real-life romantic relationships, with that number expected to grow as AI progresses.
I like real people.
I do too. Yeah, I mean, God bless them.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, clearly there is a purpose for AI and ChatGPT and all of those things.
Yeah,
but
it's not a real person. Not the last we'll hear of something like this.
I just don't think it is.
That's for
sure. But I need more from them.
I know.
I need part two of their story. We need to follow
our new show.
them. Yeah, exactly. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We have your morning sprint. Everything you need to know as you head out the door this morning. As we give you that live look outside from the Yakima Federal Camera here at the Apple Valley Studios in Kennewick. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert will be back with your full First Alert forecast on this First Alert weather day as things really start to heat up. He'll have your fire forecast as well.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
I was suicidal all the time, thinking about it nonstop, every day, every moment.
Depression and anxiety rob millions of us of our day-to-day lives, but nothing seems to pull you out of it. Introducing Neurostim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. At Neurostim TMS, we treat the root of the problem with a series of short daily treatments. Using a non-invasive magnetic field, TMS activates the natural function of the brain's neurotransmitters to improve mood and regulate emotion. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
The treatment just completely, fundamentally changed my life.
Visit neurostimtms.com today or call to schedule your free consultation at any of our 12 Washington state locations.
For over 4 decades, the art of fine catering has been perfected by CG Catering in Kennewick. Well known for their luxurious bites, lavish delights, and precision in every portion, CG Catering will grace any event from groups of 10 to 3,000. Meticulous menus with seamless service for all occasions is their tradition. From remote locations to their local event center, repeat clients provide ongoing rave reviews as a testament to the unforgettable memories they have inspired. Call CG Catering for your next celebration.
Form or function? Should we push the timeline? Will it hold?
Should we outsource?
What do you think?
Do you engineer it to work? Or design it to move? Give them what they want.
It needs to be taller, faster.
Even cheaper. Or take things to new places. You've got to build the right team. No, that's the one. Revise it, redo it, develop it. Keep pushing until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Watch for it in your mailbox. Find summer clearance savings in electronics, sporting goods, barbecue and patio, home goods, and more. Plus, save $3 on Tillamook beef jerky. Find 8 mega rolls of MD bath tissue for $5.99. Dello 1-gallon diesel engine oil is just $11.99. And get Skechers hands-free Swift Fit shoes for just $49.99. Summer clearance and store-wide 3-week savings are happening now at Bi-Mart since 1955.
Next live from the new show Countdown, Jensen Ackles. Plus, we open the inbox.
We watch Kelly Mark. It's one of the best things for tummy time. Babies love us.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now. The 3-Degree Guarantee, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is a First Alert weather day for a couple different reasons. First of all, it's going to be very hot in our lower elevations, and also we'll have the potential for large fire starts in both the Cascades and our lower elevations. Then for tomorrow, the heat risk is going to go down, but the fire start potential will certainly still be there for lower elevations, as it's going to be windy and the vegetation is going to be crispy out there. So for today, high temperatures about 10 to 15 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. The hot spot is going to be the lower Columbia Basin, could be around 105 for the Hanford site and the Tri-Cities, but 96 in Ellensburg, 98 in Lexington, 101 in Pendleton. For those places, that heat is nothing to scoff at. Here's today's vegetation dryness forecast. Whenever you see this magenta color on the screen, that's not good. Significant levels of vegetation dryness in the Cascades and upper Yakima Basin, and then critically dry in the valleys, the basin, the lower Columbia Basin, that is, and the Blue Foothills. You factor in the wind gusts for today, it's going to be especially windy in the Morrow County foothills and the Kittitas Valley, but elsewhere, breezy or windy, so fires could start or spread quickly in this environment. Then for tomorrow, a little bit of rain's possible in the Cascades, so that's going to bring the dryness level back down to elevated, but still critically dry for the valleys, for the lower Columbia Basin, and for the Blue Foothills. The wind gusts going to be much stronger for tomorrow. Peak gusts around 50 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley, 45 miles per hour for the Morrow County foothills, points in between 30 to 40 miles per hour. So once again, in that environment, fires could start or spread very quickly. We need everyone to be fire-wise out there. There's another fire start potential for today, a smaller one, a low-end chance of some showers or thunderstorms this afternoon and evening in the Blue Mountains. I think once the sun goes down, those should be off the map. Then for tomorrow, again, that aforementioned rain chance up in the Cascades. It looks like all that stuff is going to end up being pretty light, and to the east of there, we'll keep it dry. And we're going to continue to keep the forecast dry for the foreseeable future, so that's not good, but that's kind of expected around this time of the year. And then high temperatures going down by about 15 degrees from Tuesday to Thursday, so that is good, but we're going to pivot on Friday, then back up around 100 degrees in the Tri-Cities for Saturday and Sunday, so sort of a unrelenting heat. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Highs near 105 today, dangerous fire weather tomorrow, then eyeballing more heat this weekend. In Yakima, big heat Tuesday, big fire danger Wednesday, then highs return to values around 100 for Saturday and Sunday. In Ellensburg, windy today, but especially windy tomorrow. We're tracking another round of heat and winds for this weekend. In Hermiston, triple digits Tuesday, cooler but still a dangerous fire setup Wednesday, possibly some more tough fire weather Saturday and Sunday. Then for Walla Walla, near 100 today, cooler but certainly not cool for tomorrow. Then the heat makes a comeback this weekend. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a surfer shark bite.
I just felt it chomp down on my arm, felt like a bear trap.
A surfer bitten by a shark. Matt Bender, an avid surfer, was enjoying the waves at New Smyrna Beach in Florida Sunday afternoon when he suddenly felt a bite. Bender said it felt like lightning, quickly trying to flag down help and paddle to shore.
So as I was coming in, I was yelling help. They saw the blood, they reacted well.
Video shows Bender receiving care on the shore before being rushed to the hospital for emergency surgery. It was a race against time to save his arm, and this morning he's speaking out to GMA from his hospital bed.
Everybody was trying to keep me calm, and it was just amazing, the outpouring of love and concern.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more of his harrowing shark encounter. With your GMA First Look, I'm Victor Oquendo, ABC News, Miami.
Dupixent helps people with asthma breathe better. So this is better. That too. Dupixent's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. Some people felt their asthma symptoms improve in as little as 3 days. Dupixent's not for sudden breathing problems. It helps prevent asthma attacks. Well controlled, and with a specific marker of inflammation.
Time is now 6:52. It's time for your morning sprint, and we're starting off with your national headlines. Federal officials say a man with a rifle and tactical gear opened fire on law enforcement officers Monday morning at a border patrol at a facility in McAllen, Texas, and the gunman was shot and killed after shots were exchanged with border patrol and local police. Officials say one officer was shot and several others were injured. The FBI is leading that investigation.
6:53 in your business headlines this morning. Amazon's popular Prime Day is here. Prime Day officially begins today. The e-commerce giant is now entering its second decade of hosting the annual summer sale event. And with the milestone, it's unveiling a change. Amazon will run Prime Days for 4 full days, today through Friday. And here are the top 5 local things that you need to know this morning. A Benton County man will spend the rest of his life behind bars for the murder of his pregnant ex-girlfriend. Richard Jacobson was sentenced to life in prison this week after being found guilty of killing Brandy Ebenez. He then dumped her body into the Columbia River back in 2022 after killing her. Investigators later learned that Ebenez had also been expecting a child at the time of her death.
Yakima police are asking for help in locating a missing endangered woman. 55-year-old Dora was last seen near Multicare Memorial Hospital on July 5th. She's described as 4'11", 120 pounds, and was last seen wearing a green jacket, light pants, and blue shoes. Dora has cognitive and medical issues and may be without her needed medication.
Central Washington Asphalt, with offices in Benton City and a track record of projects across the Tri-Cities, has been fined $49,000 for an environmental violation. Washington Department of Ecology says the company delayed reporting a spill and failed to properly clean it up. Central Washington Asphalt has 30 days to appeal.
And learning more about the fire at Badger Mountain Storage in Richland, it left one man in the ICU with third-degree burns over 60% of his body. His sister says her and other family members rushed to him in Seattle, which is where he was transported for care.
And the Yakima Airport is getting a much-needed facelift, including a solar canopy, a new roof, and upgraded parking. And this marks the first major renovation to the airport in 25 years. All right, trending this morning at 6:54, fans of Taipei's zoo's most famous resident had plenty to celebrate this weekend. Yuanzi the panda just turned 12.
Aww. So Taiwan's very first panda, born on the island, was showered with love and attention, and also an ice cake.
Them running up, that just cracks me.
I know,
they're so
looking at it. So serious.
Dozens of visitors raced into the zoo to grab a front row spot to watch the beloved panda bear enjoy her birthday treats.
That's a cute little birthday treat.
Aww, I'm easily amused too. I would be running.
Right. So she is the daughter of two pandas gifted to Taiwan by China back in 2008. And she even has a little sister who was born in 2020.
Oh, so sadly, their father passed away in 2022, but the mother is still going strong at age 20, and she has a birthday coming up on August 30th.
As of now, all the pandas at the zoo are female, and there aren't any new breeding plans on the horizon. For now, Yuanzi's birthday bash is the highlight of panda season.
That's a mood right there.
I think
just,
it's
you know,
great.
eating bamboo or whatever, the treats.
Yeah.
Oh, so cute.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yay, Yuanzi. Yuanzi, yeah.
Yeah, Yuanzi.
Panda Panda.
Panda
Reminds me of that designer song.
Panda, 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 panda.
It was a panda.
Oh, goodness. Okay, it is a first alert weather day. It's going to get real toasty
Triple
out today.
digits.
Yes. So we are concerned not only about the heat risk, but also the fire start risk. Now, for this morning, it feels fantastic. If you want to walk the pets, if you want to take a walk yourself, I think now is the time to do it, now and over the next couple hours, because once we get to 10, 11 o'clock, it is going to be toast, and especially by the time we get to the peak of daytime heating. 90s and triple digits. For lower elevations, will be a little bit closer to 105 in the Tri-Cities. So the bottom line for the forecast, triple-digit heat and dangerous fire weather today. More dangerous fire weather for tomorrow. Thankfully, the heat's going to subside, but more triple-digit heat makes a comeback for Saturday and Sunday. So just to kind of parse it out day by day, today, first alert weather day because of the triple-digit heat for lower elevations. Also, there's the potential for large fire starts in the Cascades and in our lower elevations. Then for tomorrow, the heat risk going down, but the winds picking up, peak gusts between 30 to 50 miles per hour. Vegetation is still going to be critically dry in the valleys, in the lower Columbia Basin, and in the Blue Foothills. So everyone, please exercise all that heat and all the fire safety you've learned through the years, because you're going to need it over the next couple days.
It's going to be a chicken dance day, you know, when you got to air it out.
Mm-hmm.
Sweaty, yeah. Talking about pandas, now chickens.
That's right.
All right, thank you guys for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find updates at applevalley.newsnow.com.
Good Morning America is up next. We'll, of course, be back tonight at 5 with your local news and weather.
Have a great day.